All right, everybody. We're going to talk about a little bit about strings. So, what I did not make clear in the last video was what a string is and what we're doing. Okay, so a string is a string of characters. It's an array of characters. It's a bunch of characters added, stuck together. They're glued together. They're concatenated together, just like this. Welcome. Everything in here, let me get rid of this special character real quick, is a string. It's a string of characters. They just get glued together. Now, in Java, a string must be surrounded by double quotation marks for this to be recognized as a string. Okay? So far, all we worked with was strings. And strings are important because you need to be able to print things to the screen. Each string is represented by a character. So, and I said this just a little bit ago. This is actually an array. We're going to talk about arrays in future videos. If you watch the beginner series, we covered just a little bit about arrays at the end. Don't worry, I'm going to go over arrays in this series from scratch, from the beginning, and go more in depth on what they are, because there's a lot to cover about that. But just know that this is just it's a bundle. Okay, let's say we just wanted to represent one character. Okay. Now this is the part where it gets new. Okay. Oh, what's going on? Is my key messed up? Okay. All right. So let's say we just wanted to represent one character, right? A W. Where you run it, and it does what you expect to happen. Let me slap on a new line right here, just from the original, so we can see this all on one line. And I'm going to go ahead and destroy this one. Alright, so we just print out a single character, right? But this is still represented as an array with just one element in it. Now, what I want to do is a single quotation mark. What is a single quotation mark? This actually represents a primitive character. We can't have more than one character in here, because it'll throw an error. Let's highlight this. Unclosed character literal. We can only fit one character in here. Okay? That's the difference between a single and a double. Okay? We're going to talk a little bit more about characters in the very near future. But let's say I put this around double quotes, right? It still gets processed as the same, but it prints the same result. So me as the human being won't know that this started as a string, or maybe it possibly could have started as a character. But know that only single characters can be surrounded by single quotes. And there is a case when we would use this. It's important, but let's wait a couple videos before we continue off on that. So all strings need to be surrounded by double quotes. Most strings. There's cases. When we get a little bit farther and into functions and whatnot, we'll be able to talk a little bit more about strings. But so far, our string literals need to be surrounded by double quotes. Thank you for watching. And we're going to pick up a little bit more.